legitimately them bawling about listening to a song and how the lyrics affected them. And now I'm misty-eyed and I'm like,
Yeah.
what is happening?
I am joined by Quinn, the lead singer of Pariah, a band that's beginning to carve out their space with a sound built on intensity, identity, and something real behind the message. So today we're going to talk about the mindset behind forming a new band, the meaning behind their drive and their music, and what they want listeners to feel when they press play for the first time. So, Quinn, thank you for joining me, dude. I really appreciate it.
Dude, the pleasure is mine, man.
Yeah.
It's I'm stoked just to be here and finally get to chop it up.
Yeah, we've been talking for a minute now, and it's finally first face to face chat, and I'm excited.
While recording, no pressure.
Yeah,
Let's go.
That's it. Yeah. So let's jump straight in the deep end. So as people are starting to kind
Love
of
it.
listen to you and start to like hear you as a band, what do you want people to hear from Pariah the first time they hear you? What do you want them to feel before they even understand the lyrics?
Before the lyrics is an interesting pivot in that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my whole bit is I just want people to feel heard. And my whole mission and ethos behind what I do is I don't pull any punches, and I just write from my own states of just bleak disparity, depression. I write from all of those places. I don't really write happy music.
Yeah.
Most of my songs are about death and depression and all of
Yeah.
that. So if anyone stepping in feels like they can listen to my music and feel less alone, then I think that's all I could really ask for.
So essentially, like you want people to feel seen and have that like, oh my gosh, they understand how I feel.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
not intentional, but I've just noticed that by writing from a place where I'm not dressing anything up or down, I'm just telling it how it is. I found that a lot of people I've come into contact with over these past 6 or 7 months have just really resonated with it,
Yeah.
and they've written me, and I've just had some beautiful conversations. I mean, like you and I even connected over similar things, and I'm just so humbled by that, because it's I don't know. I've had people ask before, like, do you ever feel like you share too much in your music? And I mean, if I don't share the whole story, then I'm withholding someone else's ability to heal.
That's powerful. I like that. Yeah, I feel I had a bit of an exclusive. Like I got to hear the EP before it was released, and my wife, myself, and my 11-year-old, we were in the car, and we whacked that sucker up to 4, and just from start to finish, that EP was just outstanding. There was not one, when you sometimes hear some bands and it's like, oh, okay, that's an okay track, I want to skip that. It wasn't like that with you. It was just, each song was just fantastic. And even like, Swan Song, the kind of more mellow song, it's like, some people are like, oh yeah, let's skip the mellow song. I know I was that guy for a while, but I just love the emotion and the intensity behind that particular song. And so it was, I feel honored that I had that opportunity to hear it before a lot of other people did. So
I really appreciate that, man. And I mean, for those who followed my musical journey too, I used to make dark pop music for about 4 years.
Oh, wow.
So I had an arc. My alias was Milo Quinn. I did a song with Joel Cortuccio from Being as an Ocean, and I put out an EP and a couple singles, and that whole bit was just a throwback to that. So for anyone who has followed along, it's like, oh, he's doing the Milo thing.
That is cool.
But then it's like, the thing about Milo was it never really felt like me. It always felt like I was kind of reserved, holding it in. I never got to fully do the thing that I've loved, which is, of course, heavier music.
Oh, that's
so
fascinating.
Swan Song is honoring that and then blowing the doors off of it. And it's like, this is where I was, but this is who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with Pariah, is it do you write everything, or is there a band behind you at the moment, and what's the moving forward, what's like that looking like?
Yeah, so Pariah is marketed as a solo project. Like, arguably speaking, it's my band, kind of like how Caleb Shomo, he is Beartooth.
Right.
But there is a whole army of people behind this creatively. So the first EP I co-wrote with my good friends Landon Taylor and Alex Sevigny. They each wrote 2 of these songs on Swan Song. And it was like, I didn't have any gear. I just owned my microphone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I felt compelled to write. And it's like, well, I need people who can play and record to help me out with this.
Fantastic,
but going forward, Bronson, who's the guitar player, and Mikey, who's the drummer, they're in all the music videos. Going forward for all this new stuff, we still have people pitching riff ideas and people ghostwriting and collaborating and like throwing their hat in the ring. But we've been filtering and rewriting everything that gets sent to us now in more of a traditional means of, we'll share ideas back and forth. Bronson takes all of the riffs and he kind of does his thing to them, adds his style and flavor. Mikey rewrites all the drums. So it does feel a bit more like a band effort compared to the first record.
Yeah. When you first started the creative process, was it shared emotional vision, or was it something everyone agreed upon immediately, or was it like kind of, what was that journey like?
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason this is able to move at the pace it does is because it is still very much like, I will take the final say, because I've spent 20 years of my life compromising with bandmates.
Oof,
and always watching those projects implode. And some worked and some fizzled out, others didn't. But it's not necessarily about control, but it's more of like meeting each other at the pace and intensity that I would expect from someone. And I'm often the guy who's working harder than anyone else in the room.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Not everyone has the same level of drive or discipline for that fact, but I don't want to project that onto anyone else. And like, I want this to work. Like, I bleed for this thing. And if you're not going to meet me there, you don't really get a seat at the table.
Right.
So for the first EP, it was me hitting up my 2 friends and going, I want to write some songs. Here's an inspo playlist. This is kind of what I'm hoping to have the sound be like instrumentally. But I will get final say on it. It's like, if I don't like this riff that you wrote, you're writing a different riff. If I want to add a section here and change this in the structure, blah, 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 like that's what we're doing. And there's still a bit more of that. I would say there is some more compromise now on some of the new stuff, because I also want my team to feel like they are also enrolled in the vision.
Yeah. I was going to say...
And you can't have that if you just always drop the hammer and don't give anyone an inch. So
yeah. I was going to say, does that cause any friction, or is it just people, do they feel like, initially this is your project, we're along for the ride? But I guess you kind of answered that in it's becoming more of a, everyone has...
I mean, it is changing the dynamic, and like we're exploring it as we go, but it is still very much like, this is my band.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I just feel it's not a bug, it's a feature. And that's what's allowed me in these past 6 or 7 months to do more than I have in the past 15 years of my musical career. Yeah. And I think people coming into the project, I also make it really clear before they step in. It's like, here are the guidelines of how this whole thing operates. And I'm making that very clear up front, because I don't want someone to feel like they had a certain expectation, and then when they got in, they realized the dynamic was different. So I'm super transparent about it. It's a work in progress. Like no system is perfect.
Right. So the name Pariah is an interesting name. What does that mean to you? Like, where did that come from, and like, what does that represent for you?
I mean, like most band names, you just start drumming up a list of cool sounding words and exploring ideas and seeing what sticks, what's even available. it was a strategic error to pick a band name that has been used by many projects from like the 1980s and still to this day. Not the best move, because some people have struggled to find me online because of that.
I was going to say, you're not at the top of Google yet, but we're hoping you get there for sure.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like it just really spoke to me. The nature of outcast, the nature of exile. Most of my life, I've felt that I never really fit in. Like I've grown up and have friends and social circles and stuff, but for something to feel like home has not always been that common for me. And yeah, I just feel like I've always been a bridge between worlds. Like in high school, I was friends with the smoke pit kids, and I was also kind of friends with the prep kids. And even having my own coming to faith moment, like I felt like I'm still this bridge between, like, I'm not Christian enough for some of my church friends, but then I'm like a bit too spiritual for some of my secular ones. Yeah. So like, it's just embracing that. I've always just felt like I'm wandering on the outskirts somehow. And Pariah for me was like trying to just build the community that I've always felt I've wanted.
And to that, do you feel that you've finally found a place that you can call home?
Oh yeah. Like in a huge way, which has just been, it's been so cool, man. Like the people from all around the world. Yeah. It's just like, it leaves me speechless. I'm so grateful that I just put, like, this project was just me putting a signal fire up. Yeah. Being like, hey man, if this has been you and this is how you felt, like you're welcome here. Like this can be home for you too. And people have gravitated to that. I was going to say, it does really feel like the whole, was it Wayne's World? You build it and they will come, like, Yeah, like, right. Yeah. Totally. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's been awesome. And I've just met some incredible people who are we've never met in person, sure. But like, I do feel that I have this group of friends now that have all kind of come together around this project. And it feels like we're all in it together. Yeah. In some type of way. It just makes it more special, I think. Yeah. What's something that you feel people miss about the mental pressure of essentially building a project from the ground up? What do they miss? Yeah. Most of it? I don't know, man. It's I go through bouts. I mean, Trevor, I think, from Heal the Hurt. Yeah. What a good dude. I love that guy. Shout out. Love that man. Like, I text him maybe once a month. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, I am so sick of just staring at my phone. Yeah. Trying to build this dream. Like, I know, like, I don't mean to sound that I'm not grateful for it. Like, I really am. Yeah. But I'm also a huge believer in unplugging and going outside and touching grass, as the kids say. Yeah, and this venture is not that. This venture is you're all in. Like, I mean, until maybe you start performing and touring and stuff. But realistically, it's like you're kind of a content creator who sells t-shirts. It's so tough, isn't it? Because it's like, that is, I think there's been such a shift in bands. Like, I remember, I'm super old now, so I remember like going out, and if you wanted anyone to turn up to your show, you had to stand around and hand out flyers in the town center, and you had to go to other shows and you had to do that. And now it's just like it's the same, but it's online. But the issue now is the saturation of people like, hey, come hear my thing, come hear my thing. Right. It's just, Which is interesting, because I feel like the saturation has always existed. Yes. Except for now, it's that we are witness to it. Yeah. Like, I can see the saturation in real time, which is something that's different. But I feel like the amount of people who've been competing for our attention hasn't necessarily changed. Yeah. It's just that we are privy to it firsthand, which is like a bit jarring. Yeah. I can't remember how I found you, but I remember like being blown away. Like just a little snippet, and then I realized a few days later that your video was a viral one that I'd watched, and I was like, "Oh, you're that guy!" And it was just so funny making a connection. And I think it was like the Kill Switch Engage, and you're showing your Oh yeah,
you showing your wife like the like this is Howard Jones a kill switch engage, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so me. And then I carried on scrolling, and I think that's where my algorithm connected us. But that was so funny, putting two and two together, and then realizing you were the I think it was the video where you're in the door with the shadow, and you're
a sleep paralysis demon video.
Yeah, but it was a Limp Bizkit one. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Building my career on the backs of old Killswitch Engage lore and sleep paralysis demon videos.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's doing.
Jesse Leach actually ended up seeing the Killswitch Engage one, which was crazy. He wrote a very thoughtful comment, which was nice.
Oh, I guess
a lot of people thought when they watched it that I was bashing Jesse, but it was more of a period piece of, it's 2005.
Yeah.
You've had a couple beers and you're explaining to your wife like, yeah, Jesse came in, obviously a legend, but then Howard comes in and like the whole band just explodes from there.
Yeah.
And it was just that. And some people took that the wrong way, but I appreciate Jesse, who was just so thoughtful. He's like, hey man, everyone's got their own opinions. That's cool. Like, I'm living my best life as the vocalist of Killswitch Engage. I also think our new album is a total banger. You should probably check it out. And I was like, dude, I appreciate you. Like, this is just, it's a 30-second video. People put so much weight on these. Like, I got in a fight with Paul McCoy from Evanescence.
I know,
and it was
I was
like,
about
dude.
to pull that out. Like, I was about to say, I saw the, I was about to ask you about that because I think I watched it on the Close Friends one. I was like, I don't know if we're allowed to talk about that, but the riff that caused just from like making
it was
joke.
wild. And I was like, bro, you're like more famous than I'll ever be. Please pump the brakes. You're good. Like, I actually love this part. Like, it's the whole bit is like, it's
Yeah. No,
I don't know. People place too much stock on it. It's like, life's a meme. The internet's not a real place.
Yeah.
Just have fun with it. I'm not being like overtly rude to anybody. It's just having a laugh.
It's so funny. I like the way that like Jesse Leach gets it, but
yeah, right.
Yeah,
I mean, he came in and I was like, see, this is why you're the man.
Yeah.
Like,
I did a video on like what your favorite metal band says about your mind, and it was like Killswitch Engage, and Jesse commented on it, and I was like, oh my gosh. And
no way.
Yeah,
come on, dude. He's doing his rounds.
He's such a nice dude. Like, he's oh, that's funny.
Amazing.
So at this early stage in Pariah, what keeps you motivated on the days where you're like, this is just, it's a grind. It's like you're always,
Yeah. Man, what keeps me motivated? I feel like it happened maybe a bit more sparsely, but now I swear like every week I'll get a message from somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple times a week now. And it's just someone, they found the record and they write me about it. And it's just like, that's what this is really about, is just connecting with someone else through something we both mutually love, which is music, particularly heavy music.
Yeah.
Contrary to what haters may say that I'm not metal, but I digress. It's like that for me is what inspires me and motivates me, is that sometimes when you feel you can't carry the flag, you just look up and there's a whole bunch of people like, bro, it's cool, we got you. And like that is so special. And I don't take that for granted. Anyone who follows me gets a DM to go check out my EP. Every single person who writes me back, I will send a voice memo to and start a conversation with. Every single person. I spend hours every week doing that.
Yeah.
Because it's important to me. Like, I'm not rotating through 4 or 5 pre-recorded messages. It's like I spend hours of my life thanking people for caring about what I do.
Yeah.
And like that motivates me. That inspires me so much.
That's incredible. My whole goal is like, as a therapist, I want to connect with people, and the more like it's kind of the more people are finding my page, the harder it is to try and keep up with everyone, because then it becomes like a
dude. Yeah, and like your page is blowing up too.
Yeah, it becomes like this marathon of like, oh, I'm gonna have to spend hours a day replying to people, which I'm here for, because they're like, they're supporting me, I'm supporting them, but it's I mean, draining.
There will come a point where I don't know if I will be able to.
Yeah.
But the pivot I would make is just that instead of I have to, it's I get to.
Oh, yeah.
And that's so powerful, because what a frickin' blessing.
Yeah.
To have to carve out time of my day to connect with people who are like, hey bro, just came across your EP, man, I like really love this one song, I'm throwing it on my gym playlist, whatever. I'm like, dude, that's just so sick.
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
Yeah.
I can't believe I get to do this. Like,
yeah, I like that. But
it's not always easy. Sometimes I
Right.
open my phone and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm ADHD, so sometimes I'll open my
Same,
phone and it's just signal overload, and I'm like, I need to go actually touch grass, or I'm gonna lose my mind.
My wife's always like, you're a psycho for having the notifications on, because I'll get there and it's like ding 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 ding.
That is bold. I have all of my notifications off.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Good for you.
But I like the idea of, let's say 2-3 years time, there's going to be a couple of guys talking on a podcast about Quinn from Pariah actually replied to my comment, and you'll be the next Jesse Leach of like,
Lord willing, that would be insane.
Yeah.
We can only hope that I grow to such a point where people start making dumb videos about me. That's when I know I'll have made it. When someone makes a sleep paralysis Pariah video.
Just remember, just it's a joke.
Yeah. This is me. Quinn, if you're listening to this in the future, remember, bro, it's just a joke.
It's just a joke.
Incredible.
So when someone's listened to that EP, or maybe they've just come across you and they've found a Pariah track, what do you want sticking around in their mind afterwards?
Ooh. I don't know, because music is such a personal journey.
Ooh,
like, I write my songs from a place, and my lyrics have intention. But, like, for example, when I put Swan Song out, good friend of mine, he wrote me and was like, verbatim, I know that this song isn't about X, but I interpreted this as Y, and it just smoked me when I listened to it.
Wow.
So I feel that there is something about writing music. Like, for example, the lyrics aren't particularly deep. It's just, this is my swan song, one more then I'm done. That could mean so many things to so many people.
Yeah.
And the beauty about writing it like that is that everyone's going to internalize it differently. So I would just say, like, if you've listened to my songs and you come away feeling anything, then that's great, because music really is the language of feelings. And if it speaks to you, that's all I could.
I just had a chat literally less than an hour ago with a friend of mine called Mitch, and he used to be in a band called When We Were Wolves, and he was explaining that his lyrics were like, I knew what this song was about. It was not open to interpretation. And he's in a new band now, and he's like, these lyrics, I'm just like, I want people to interpret it in their own way and have that, connection with the song in their own way. So I like the way you've answered that. And
yeah. And like, to that point too, if someone asks me, what is this song about? I'm fine to talk about it, because I know what the song is about. I wrote it intentionally from a particular point of view, a specific perspective. But that doesn't mean that just because you know that the song is about X, it will ruin it for you if you interpret it differently. And I've known people who have said they will not talk about what their song is about because they don't want to remove that possibility for someone. And it's like, well, you got to give a listener the benefit of the doubt. They're going to internalize it anyway differently. So
that's good. So would you see your music as more of storytelling, an emotional release, or like you wanting to connect with the listener, or maybe a little bit of all of the above?
Right. I mean, I don't write my music necessarily with the intention of, I'm writing this because I want someone to connect with it. For me, I write the stuff that I just love, and I write the stuff that I want to listen to. And if people like it, that's awesome. Now, in some of the newer stuff, it's like, I'm thinking, okay, when this part happens, I'll say to the guys, I'm like, when this happens, people are going to lose their minds. Because I'm intentionally setting up this build or drop or like a riff hit in a particular way. But at the end of the day, like, I don't write music with the listeners in mind, because I just want to write the stuff that I like. And if people like it, sweet. If they don't, there'll be more songs.
Yeah. So to that, have you always been like because obviously lyrics are your thing. Have you always been a vocalist? Is that been?
Not always.
Okay.
I've been a backup / backing vocalist for most of my musical career. Like, I used to do open mic nights when I was learning acoustic guitar and singing Dallas Green and stuff. But no, I spent most of my time in bands as a drummer or a bass player, and then also doing backing vocals. Yeah. So I've only been a front man for maybe 5 or 6 years. This is my second ever band being a front man as well.
All right. Well, that leads me to a really good thought then. So becoming a vocalist from doing all these things, would you say it's maybe changed you or revealed? Has it changed you, or has it given you the opportunity to reveal who you were?
I mean, I feel like this progression is natural in the sense that as I've continued over the years, I'm sure part of it was a confidence issue too.
Yeah.
But my parents would always joke, because they'd come watch my bands when I'd play in metal bands at bars and stuff. And I'm the bass player, but I'm like up front, stage diving, throwing my guitar around.
Yeah.
They'd always call me the front bassist.
Fantastic.
It was always a matter of time, I think, until I just put something down and picked up the microphone without something else in my hands.
Yeah.
Which is still an adjustment, because you don't really know what to do with your hands. But yeah. And I just wanted to hit on that one part actually from the previous point of music for me is very much storytelling. I used to write in prog bands and write concept records, and this next Pariah album is going to be a concept album.
Oh, I'm excited. I love those.
Yeah. And like, I did write a short story to accompany Swan Song called The Sound. And it was kind of fun to just take the lyrics and build this allegorical narrative around them, just to create something fun to immerse people deeper into the world. But as far as storytelling goes, and really just leaning into that, this next record is very much thought out. There are chapters to it. There will be a book of some kind to accompany it. It's going to follow a narrative.
That's amazing. I am excited for that. I'm going to have to keep on. I'm going to have to keep up with that. So, but it's interesting because Project 86 have done something similar, and I was talking to Andrew Schwab, and he was telling me that the whole concept of, what's the album where he's holding the TV and the man's holding a TV, his TV's a face. I can't remember what.
I'm not too sure. I'm not very familiar with Project 86. I know the band, but
yeah, that was supposed to be like a concept album, but I think he was a bit ahead of his time. They tried to create a CD-ROM for that album, and it just didn't work out. And but they released Omni, which is their one of their latest albums. I think it's their latest, but it's like a concept album that every song is connected and has this storyline behind it, and there's all these crazy animations. I think Andrew Schwab, I think he's trying very, very hard to connect several universes, and I think his vision is too big for what's actually physically capable at the moment. But yeah,
sounds like my kind of dude.
That's I'm like,
Pariah, the trading cards, Pariah, the this and that. Like, I love extended lore. I like taking the music and treating that almost as an entry point and calling it like multi-platform or transmedia storytelling, where it's here's the music, but where's the world you've built around it? And it can be either like a sonic world or visuals and lyrics and stuff, but you can actually build a world.
Yeah.
And I'm like a sci-fi guy. So for me, I'm big on where's the multi-layer, where's the characters, what's the narrative. If I'm a super fan discovering my band, or if I discover the band and become a super fan, it's like, how do you cater to that person? And it's like, I want that person to feel like there is just a bottomless well that they can continue to go down and just stitch all the breadcrumbs and Easter eggs together, whether that's the music or cards or books or like whatever, like the merch, all of it.
That's fantastic. I like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the band Ongoing Concept?
I have not.
That's another band you should check out. But they did a video. They had a whole bunch of music videos, and the lead singer directs and shoots all his own videos. And they did a song that was, I think it was called "I Will Go," and I started watching it, and I was like, "Oh, that's an Easter egg to that video, and that's an Easter egg to that video," and it was just a whole ride of discovering Easter eggs.
They just did a big piece recently how I don't really listen to them, but they were talking about how the 21 Pilots, they had like a character from 7 or 9 years ago, and then they've built this entire world with their music and their videos and stuff. But then on their latest release, they tied in stuff from 3, 4, 5 albums ago and brought characters back and did this whole thing, and everyone's like, this is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's a deep lore building.
I'm probably going to ask you a question of another band that you've never heard, but there was an old band called East West. I don't know if you ever heard them. They were like a 2-album wonder. They were fantastic. They
dang
two great albums, and then they just disappeared off the face of the earth. But in their first song, in their first album, there was a line. The chorus was, "I want to see your face," and then the fourth track in, there was this moment where they had the same guitar notes and tone, and they had the lead singer just suddenly at the end of one of the verses say, "I can almost see your face," and it was like a loop to the first song. And that blew my mind. So if any Easter eggs in albums, I'm all for it.
I'm like a big Coheed and Cambria fan.
Yes,
I got all the comic books. I got a huge dragonfly tattoo. I've seen them live 5 times. Same thing. It's like you're listening to these worlds that they've built with their songs, but then it just goes so much further than that. And the fan base becomes part of the universe, and their stories are super sick, and the lyrics tie into the books. I love that, like complete immersion. That's what it provides, and I want to eventually facilitate that level of vision for Pariah.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see you achieve that. So when you're writing the lyrics, do you find that you process something current in your life, or is it generally something that you've been carrying for a minute?
I actually made a little reel about this I've been meaning to post. A couple people have asked how I approach writing lyrics. It's such an interesting thing because, for example, a couple people recently have DM'd me like, hey, would you mind reading my lyrics and giving me feedback? And for me, that is the strangest question because it's like, are these good or bad? I'm like, that's not even the right question to ask. Sure, if we want to talk about structurally or like the grammar or the word choices, sure, we could do that. But again, this is my swan song. One more, then I'm done. If you just read that at face value, there's not really a lot happening there.
Right.
But it's the context in which the lyrics find themselves and the delivery and the song, like all of that creates this aura, for lack of a better word, around the words that you choose to sing. That's what sells them. But for me, when I write lyrics, it can go a couple of ways. The first way would be I have a note in my phone and I write down everything. I write down something cool someone said. I write down a great line from a book. I write down a dope scene from a movie. Like everything just finds its way. If I'm listening and I hear something and I'm like, oh, that's sick, I write it down in this notepad.
Yeah.
So I have this thing, it's called Pariah lyric snippets, and it's
Amazing.
just lines and lines and lines and lines and lines of random things. And then other times when I want to write lyrics, I'll just pull up my phone and just write free-form poetry or prose. And then when it comes time to actually pick what I want to say over an instrumental, I will either start with the prose and see if it fits.
Yeah.
Or I'll actually stitch together a lot of these fragments of things that I've just been soaking in from the world and try to find a way to stitch them into something cohesive. So it's usually a little A, little B, but yeah, it's fun, man. Like I feel the fragment way, it makes it that a lot of voices speak through one song, which I've been quite fond of lately.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that concept as well, because I think I need to take that on, because at the moment, the only thing I do is I write out the corkers that my 11-year-old comes out with, and they're just so wild. So like me and his mum are just like dying laughing, and then I have to write it down. But then he like goes on this like trying to be a comic rant, and when he tries it doesn't work, but he's so naturally funny when he just I was just looking for some of them, and one of the ones I want to like, I think is okay to say, he was like, the idea came to me like a bag of cats, and I'm like, what?
My dad says stuff like that all the time. My buddy Ross and I, we just make up idioms half the time. It's like, well, can't throw the baby out with the baby, and we're just like, it just laughing. Just a bunch of 5-year-olds screaming. It's so good.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So with your like, I want to say multitude of DMs you get from various people, have you had any where people have been like, wow, your lyrics have got me through some stuff, and what does that mean to you when you hear that?
Yeah, that's happened quite a few times now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I had a friend send me a video just sobbing.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. I got a message and it's like, I know you're not a therapist, but for when you have time. And it was just a Google Drive link. And I was like,
wow.
Okay, I'm just sitting down to eat dinner, middle of the day, put it on. And it's just like legitimately them bawling about listening to a song and how the lyrics affected them. And now I'm misty-eyed and I'm like,
yeah,
what is happening? And that is just like, those moments to me are sacred. Yeah. Because that is the healing power of music.
Yeah.
Actualized in real time. And like I wrote these songs from that place.
Yeah.
So to then put them out there and to have someone feel heard or seen in their moment like that's really why I do this.
Yeah. I guarantee there have been days where you feel like giving up, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah. I'm just like, oh, this is it. I've peaked. Like, yeah, we're done here. Yeah.
Just imagine if you gave up and hadn't had the opportunity to reach those people.
I know. I think about that a lot, man.
Yeah.
It is crazy. Like to go from where I was before walking away from music to like, I just spent my first royalty check on a brand new guitar and like, I'm more inspired than ever to just keep doing this. Like, it's crazy, man. Like to have almost missed that. Yeah. You know, it's the 10-year overnight success, as they say.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fantastic. You bought your first, bought a guitar with a royalty check. That must feel good.
It was sick.
Yeah.
It was so sick. It showed up and of course I wanted to do an unboxing video. So the guitar got here and it's just in the box. And I'm just like, I got to like finish work. I got to get to the gym. I got to make dinner. I'm like, I just want to open it. But I really wanted to save it.
I was nervous when I watched you going at the neck with a knife, like taking the bubble wrap off. And I'm like, don't break it. Like, just in a string, just tongue. And,
yeah, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's been cool, man. I'm just like really grateful. It's just been an amazing, like these past half a year or so has probably been the highlight of my life.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. And to think it almost didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah. It's wild, isn't it?
Can't think about it too long because it'll mess you up.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we're good. We're here.
Yeah.
Keep on. Yeah, very good.
Let's keep going. Yeah. So years from now, when people, I'm hoping, like I'm praying that you guys keep going. But years from now, when people look back at the early days, so like the early stages of this band, what do you hope they say that you stood for?
I mean, it's a short answer, but them. Like, I stood for them. In whatever that might look like.
Yeah.
I don't mean to say that as intentionally vague either, but it's like, for real, like this is the amount of people who blow up and think they are way too cool for all of the people that supported them and where they came from and the people that helped them get there makes me sick. Yeah. That is the worst part of this industry, or one of the worst parts. And I hope that what I stood for, I still stand for. I hope that if you come in and you look back, you see consistently across my career that I have maintained a level of integrity and respect for the people who have put me on the map.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's no wavering in that. Like, I won't compromise on it.
I won't let you either. I got you.
Hell yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And low key for real. Like, yeah. So right now, what drives you more, proving something to the world or proving something to yourself?
I feel proving something to myself. Yeah. I feel I tend to start there, and I don't. The thing is like, if you're trying to prove something to the world, you've lost. You've already lost, because it cannot be done. However, you can strive to prove to yourself that you are capable. Yeah. That is a different battle, and that is something within the realm of possibility, and that's within reach. Yeah. So for me, it's like Pariah is currently a testament to not abandoning what I feel my purpose is, even though I legitimately wanted nothing less than to start a new band and keep doing this. I mean, Pendulum is all about that, but to be here on the other side of that, man, and like to just see the fruits of that labor. Like, I've been working at this for probably 14, 15 months straight. And to be here now, it's like, you know what, man, like, this is me. Like, I am capable. And like, that's the only reward I really need. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Yeah. And I can't stress it enough. I didn't do this alone. Like, right. Yeah. I'm driving the ship, but like, it isn't possible to do this without the army of people it takes. My designer and my video and photo guys and Mikey and Bronson and my co-writers, like my publicists and my distributor, like everyone helps make this possible. Yeah. But like anything, the door's always open. I have to walk through it. And I just hope that when I do, the people closest to me who also believe in this vision walk through it with me. Yeah. That's cool. So just as we come to an end, I just going back to something you said earlier about, you know, or like we talked about earlier, like finding somewhere essentially that you belong. If someone listening to Pariah is still searching for where they belong, maybe in music or in life, what would you want them to hear? I mean, it's hard to hear it when maybe you're in that state, but like you are not alone. Like, you really aren't. Yeah. Yeah. There are people, someone, a community, like you can find your tribe. And I know what it feels like to not have one, and that's really tough. Yeah. Yeah. But like, if you're seeking connection, a sense of purpose, a sense of belonging, like, you can and will find it.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't feel like maybe you are right now. But like, the world is so much better with you in it, and you're not alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that. And also, apparently, if you message Pariah, you will get a reply. It's not just...
Literally.
Yeah.
If you're like, I don't know what's going on, you came across this interview, shoot me a DM. I will literally just write you back, and I'm more than happy to talk to you.
Yeah.
I am not a therapist. That's John's job.
I am.
But I love a good conversation, and I love connecting with people. So.
Yeah. It's great. Dude, I just want to take a moment and just say thank you for joining me. It's been so good. It's been great finally getting to meet you like face to face, and
yeah, man, you too.
Yeah,
it's been awesome.
Yeah. And I also want to just thank you for joining me on the podcast. I'm going to put all your socials in like the podcast notes and things like that, so everyone will be able to find you and connect you and send you a personal message that they will get a response from. But,
Blow me up.
Yeah,
blow me up.
That's it.
I make the time. We'll do it. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And lots of stuff coming up for this year. So
super excited.
2026 is going to slap.
There we go. That's a quote right there. Dude, thank you so much. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you.